Hi, my name is John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. This one's actually nightcap number 89, so I'll get very near to the magical 100. I'm sure I'll have to find a real special treat for the 100th nightcap. It's amazing to think that something that started off as just like a fill-in video one weekend, and I've done nearly 2 years of them. Anyway, I've really enjoyed doing every one, and I hope you've enjoyed watching them. Right, tonight's video will be a two-part one. Again, I've got quite a lot of content. There's a reasonable amount of machining. I machine a centre for the dividing head. I do like a restoration sort of job on that old adjustable spanner I bought at the car boot sale, the S-shaped one. I take that apart and make a new pin for it. I actually went to a steam do today at an open air museum, and I give it to a friend there, the lad that runs the Sentinel 8-wheel wagon, and he's absolutely delighted with it. I got quite a lot of film when we were there. Obviously I can't edit it for tonight's video, but I will be putting 1 or 2 bits of video up this week. There's a package come in here, some viewer mail. It's from Australia, from a lad called, put the seeing glasses on, Tony. It looks like Tony Trunzio. I speak to Tony on Facebook quite a lot. Tony's in a motor trade the same as me, and as I see, comes from Australia. I've got no idea what's in here, so I'll open this on camera and have a look. Bought this adjustable at a car boot sale a few weeks ago. You can all see, I've managed to get it freed off. I'm going to give it to a friend of mine. And what's happened is the pin down there, which screws into the bottom, it's either stripped or snapped in the bottom. There's a lot of wear on that, so I need to get that pin out. I think that pin will be seized in that gear. So I think what I might do is mount it in the mill machine and mill that out of there, mill that broken end of the pin out, and then drill it so I can make a new pin to go into it. It's more not so much a thing to use, just it's a nice shape. It's got a nice feel about it, and I'm sure he'll appreciate that. So we'll mount it in the face on the mill, and I'll try and get a mill and cutter down through there, see if we can get that worm out. Bought this adjustable at a car boot sale a few weeks ago. You can all see, I've managed to get it freed off. I'm going to give it to a friend of mine. And what's happened is the pin down there, which screws into the bottom, it's either stripped or snapped in the bottom. There's a lot of wear on that, so I need to get that pin out. I think that pin will be seized in that gear. So I think what I might do is mount it in the mill machine and mill that out of there, mill that broken end of the pin out, and then drill it so I can make a new pin to go into it. It's more not so much a thing to use, just it's a nice shape. It's got a nice feel about it, and I'm sure he'll appreciate that. So we'll mount it in the face on the mill, and I'll try and get a mill and cutter down through there, see if we can get that worm out. Right, we've got a little flat on there. I'll try and get a centre drill to bite into it now. Right, I've got a centre drill mounted in the collet holder, and it appears to be a quarter bolt there, so I'll drill it through 7/32, which is slightly smaller than quarter. Edit that bit out. Right, I think we've just broke through into something there now, so I think we'll, yeah, right through. Some horrible rust and crap come out of there. I think we'll probably find that the worm will be free now with a bit of luck. Yeah, I think we'll be able to get that out of there now. There's not much holding it in. I'll take it back to the vise. There's only a very thin shell left of the top of that board now. That's good. I want to drill right down the middle. That should come out of there, but it's been in for such a long time, like it's been used as a hammer as well, and that end's mashed up a little bit. Yeah, the threads are stripped in the bottom of there. So what I can do, I can get probably a cap head, drill right through there, put some threads in the bottom. The next counter sink on the top will be able to repair it, take a lot of the play out of that worm wheel. I've had a good bit clean up with it on the wire brush. I'm going to drill it out 6.8, which is 8mm tapping drill. I'll put some threads in the top of here and I'll machine a cap head down and make a nice new pin for it. Just wind the table up a little bit. That's down to the bottom of the original hole. We'll put some threads in there before we take it out of the mill. Bastard spindle lock. Unfortunately, this mill hasn't got a reverse on it. It's something I've been meaning to do for quite some time. It would be handy. You see how that collar tool that didn't slip like a drill chuck does? Right, so we've got some 8mm threads into there. I need to mount that in the lathe and drill the worm out. Right. I want this worm drilling out to 6.8mm. It's having itself a good old wobble around, but I don't think it'll make a great or a difference for what it's got to do. At least the hole is round now. I've got a cap head mounted in there. The choke, we'll use that for. I want this turned down to 6.8. These are real good quality steel, very tough, these bolts. Machining quite nicely. Got my horrible stringy bastard coming off there. It's an excellent fit, that's just what I wanted. That should take most of the play off. As you can see, it's cleaned up quite nicely, so we can get it back together now. That's it. Right, well, worm in. One new pin. I'll try the other way up. Bollocks. Oh. But that's obviously the way it's used to working. What you do now is screw that pin in. Once this is together, it will be coming apart again, I wouldn't have thought. It's more for sure than to use, really. It's just a nice little thing. It's a little bit tight, this is it, but it will fray off. What I'll do now, I'll cut that off and just stake it over to stop it. Stop it coming out. I could have put a slot in there so you get screwed out, but it's not going to be coming out again, I wouldn't have thought. All we'll do is just gently pop the edges a couple of places, and that will stop it from ever moving again. That's it. I'm going to a steam rally tomorrow, and the gentleman I've got in mind for this will be there, and I'm sure I'll be happy with that. A bit better than when I first found it line. I paid £1 for it. It's taken all the play off the worm. Really nice.
chưa thành tủ.